Hello, this is Vicki Jerbigas at the Greater Gainesville Chamber, and I'm delighted today to be with Yvonne Hinson, our incumbent for the state representative seat 21. And she's going to spend some time with us this morning. We can get to know her even a little bit better than we already do. So Yvonne, the floor is yours. Say hello, and then I'll have our questions.
Well, great, Vicki. Thank you for doing this. It is a great opportunity to share my views with the Gainesville community. Gainesville knows me. I mean, I've been around a while. I was born, raised, and educated here in Gainesville, and I've actually had an opportunity in my retirement ages to serve Gainesville in an elected official capacity. I'm a graduate of Lincoln High School, class of 1965, back in the day before integration. And I moved on to Santa Fe, and as everyone knows, I'm a double gator and I'm a go-gator. I've been a public servant most of my life. I started out at the ripe age of 15 in the civil rights movement. I've also served as an educator, retiring as a school principal in Miami-Dade. I've been a small business owner, so I understand the views of the business community, and I've been a city commissioner. I was actually also the Democratic nominee for U.S. Congress before running for state representative. I have served the past 2 years as a state representative of District 20, soon to be 21, during one of the most controversial terms of this generation. And still I served with what I believe to be integrity. I served with integrity on the following committees: the Joint Administrative Procedures Committee, the State Affairs Committee, the Government Operations Subcommittee, Civil Justice and Property Rights, which was really a time bomb, and the State Administration and Technology Appropriations Subcommittee. I also served very diligently with the Florida Legislative Black Caucus. I have many awards for my service in the past 2 years I'm very proud of, and my platform remains the same. It's education, criminal justice, the environment, and housing affordability and workforce housing.
Okay, terrific. All right, well, we're going to give you an opportunity to expand on that a little bit. And we'll jump right in with the first question, which is, what would be your top priorities and projects if you continue your service?
Well, I have filed, I will tell you, I have filed both years a marijuana legalization bill. I just believe that will alleviate a lot of the criminal justice issues we have in parity, in the number of people we have being arrested for small time crimes. Over 600 just in Alachua in 2018. We had 600 people arrested for small amount possessions. And some of these people have been in jail, incarcerated 20 years, when now we're legalizing it for medical use. And I just believe that we legalize it completely, we will eliminate a lot of our criminal justice equity issues. So I will probably file that bill again. I'm working on another bill for criminal justice that has to do with firearm safety. We know that the Second Amendment rights people want to have their guns, and hey, we all need a gun for our protection and safety, but we've got to protect these guns and keep these guns away from children. We have too many young people shooting. They don't know how to negotiate their way. They don't know how to mediate or even fight. I even tell children, back in the day when I was growing up, we never grabbed guns and knives. We fought with our fists and we fought with our words. Use your words, but this is not happening. And too many young people are getting their hands on guns. They're finding them in unlocked cars. They're stealing them from homes that they invade, and guns need to be locked. They need to be in safe places. And so I've been working with the law enforcement agencies in both Gainesville and Ocala to come to some kind of consensus about what we can do that they would agree with to keep guns stored effectively. That, along with education, which is my top priority, you know that, I'm trying to figure out how to work with teachers. How do we find a way to make teachers more confident in what they're doing? Having been a school principal, I know that this is a biggie. Once you get teachers to feel honored for what they do, get teachers to feel confident that what they're doing is going to have a great effect on the children that they're been assigned, as well as pay them what they deserve to have possession of your children all day. I don't care what the current legislature says, these teachers are indeed the first responders, first line responders. These are the people losing their lives when these shooters come in. And so, yeah, we need to do what we need to do to make teachers the professional corps that they deserve to be. And that's what I've been trying to do through several different kinds of bills. This particular year, though, I think I need to work on something to recruit teachers, to make teachers feel that this is a career that they can choose and feel confident in choosing it. And so we need to find a way to make sure teachers stay where they are, and new graduates and new people enrolling in school will go into education, because we are having trouble keeping our teachers in the classrooms. And that's because this particular legislature has not given teachers the respect they deserve. And I hope to work with them to make that change. In addition to that, I do a lot of work with the environment. In fact, this is the first year Sierra Club has ever endorsed me. But I have been endorsed by almost 30 different organizations, and 3 or 4 of them are for the environment, because I've done so much work with the environment. I'll tell you that this particular year, I got an Advocate of the Year award for Calusa Waterkeepers because of my work to make water safe and keep it clean. I've also gotten an award, or at least I have been endorsed by the Conservation of Voters for the work I've done with equity, energy equity. I've been working with actually a local group in Archer to create a pathway forward to ensure equity in environmental justice. So I could tell you more about that if we have time. But yes, I will be making sure that we treat Mother Nature the way Mother Nature needs to be treated, so that she will treat us a little bit kinder than Hurricane Ian and Hurricane Andrew and some of these violent hurricanes that are coming this way. We've got to treat Mother Nature a little bit kinder, so Mother Nature will be kind to us.
Okay. All right. Well, perfect. Now that is a perfect segue into my next question, which is, as you well know, earlier this year, we had a special session in the legislature devoted to the insurance crisis in Florida. Given Hurricane Ian's devastating impact around the state, what measures would you propose for the next legislative session in 2023?
I will tell you that we hurriedly went back for special session for insurance, and having very little knowledge of the insurance industry, I first did a poll of my Facebook friends to see what insurance issues they were having, and they spoke up loud and clear. I had quite a bit of feedback on Facebook about what they need and what they think we need to do as a legislative body. And I didn't just survey them. I also called several insurance companies, especially the ones that were pointed out in the Facebook survey. I called some of those insurance companies. I told them what some of their customers were saying, and tried to get some feedback from them on how we can resolve these issues. So I condensed all of that, me and my staff. And when I went back, we were not given an opportunity to actually file bills until very late. None of our bills were heard. Having some relationship with the chair, I decided to turn them into amendments so that they could be heard. This is what my this is what my Facebook friends said we needed to do. They were having to replace roofs that had nothing wrong with them. They were having to replace hot water heaters that were like 10 years old and nothing wrong with them. They were telling me stories about having to replumb their homes, and if they had not done this, the insurance companies were not going to renew them And even though they were renewing them at a higher cost. And this was across the board. I went to several different town hall meetings with that delegation, and many of those people, and I'm telling you, in some of the red areas, were saying, what are we going to do about insurance? And clearly I wanted to help, and I told them we had asked for this special session. But once we got there, the GOP-led legislature had already decided what they were going to do. They were going to put this money here with these companies. They were going to put this money over here with citizens. They were going to do. So, you know, I'm still trying to fight for my constituents. So what I tried to do, the first thing I asked for, they did. I said, make sure a roof is 15 years old before an insurance company can actually require them to replace the roof, or at least have the roof be 50% warranted out before you require them to replace the roof. They put in the bill because they didn't have to give me credit for it. That's fine. At least my constituents got that. But the other two issues I didn't have in my head nor my toolbox until I got to Tallahassee, because I got these issues from Facebook, like I said. So I'm going to really try to file some of these bills when I go back. Their suggestion, and I fought for it not only in committee, but I fought for it on the floor. And now I think if I get an opportunity to actually talk about it in committee, I can convince my colleagues, because they didn't understand what I was trying to do. They're telling me that they are willing, and I'm talking about the people, are willing to pay for a 4-point inspection by a licensed, state licensed building inspector to certify that their roof is fine, that their hot water heater is fine before renewing. And so once the 4-point inspection comes back that it's fine, then the insurance company cannot require them to do all these things before renewing them. I think this is a good start. This is a good start so that not only the insurance companies understand what's needed, but so does the legislature. And then we can start putting some policies in place, not only to protect the insured, but to also protect the insurance companies. I know we need to find a fine balance. And I remember saying my first year on the floor, we cannot keep doing insurance business the way we're doing it because of these violent environmental occurrences. We've got to find a new way to do business. So another thing I recommended that I also got from an insurance company, frankly, is that they find best practices of the insurance companies that are doing well. And there are a few here that do a great job of tracking their claims, following up on their claims, and settling their claims. That is one of the big problems here in Florida. The insurance companies get a claim and then they don't come back and pay the people that have been paying them. They need to make sure they have a tracking system. This is just one of the ideas I got from an insurance company. I'm sure there are many more. So I recommend that we have an annual conference of insurance companies where they can get together like we do for our industry and talk about best practices in Florida, because Florida is unique. Florida, maybe Louisiana, whatever, but we're only worried about Florida. And Florida needs to have a Florida Conference of Insurance Companies or insurance providers to talk about best practices, the way other industries do, to stay abreast of what's going on and to keep our insurance companies here in Florida, because they're leaving. Right. Just like teachers, insurance companies are leaving. And I know we can do a better job to build a better future for Florida.
Very good. Okay. Now, speaking of our population, as you know, it's growing. And our state's population is expected to expand, according to some numbers, by 32% by 2040. And what a lot of people use as a marker of that is 1,000 new residents a day are moving into Florida. Given the profound implications of that for our state, what do you think the legislature should be doing right now?
Well, housing, of course. Housing is going to be a biggie. Attracting businesses so that people can have jobs if that is of the age that they are. I believe many of these newcomers to Florida are retirees. So even in my housing priorities, I want to build housing communities for seniors, housing communities for seniors, similar to a community that I just learned of, that there are many active senior communities where people can have a good quality of life, have all the amenities and essentials that they need within that community. This is the kind of community I'd like to build in my district, senior citizen communities for active seniors that won't have to go far to find the things they need. You know, healthcare providers, medicine providers, pharmaceuticals, and exercise, different things that they need should be right there in their communities. But in addition to that, we need to make sure these newcomers are guided to higher ground. Even though we all, me too, want to be on the shore and watch the water, this is not a good place to live. So we need to make sure that these newcomers are finding new housing situations that are attractive, but on high ground and away from the shore. In addition, I noticed during this last hurricane, newcomers didn't know why we're giving away sandbags. Why are they need to be trained somehow. I guess when they get a new mailbox or a new address, we need to put something in their new resident package that talks to them about preparing for a hurricane. Because there were a lot of newcomers didn't know what to do, and they may have really risked their lives or died during this time, because I literally remember having to be trained what to do for a hurricane when I moved to Miami. So these are the kinds of things that we need to start thinking about. How do we prepare for newcomers and train them on the uniqueness of being a Floridian?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, my next question is, a dramatic shift in voter registrations is taking place, where the number of NPAs, no party affiliation, has almost doubled to 27% of total voters. What impacts do you think this shift is going to have on our state?
Well, NPAs are going to have trouble not understanding that in a presidential election, we are a closed primary. Mm-hmm. And somehow they're going to need to be taught about that. They're going to have to choose, just like everybody else, what they want to be, or they will be left out of the election process. That's the first thing. But secondly, I can understand why so many people are moving away from this divisive partisanship we have going on in Florida. Who wants to participate in that? Who wants to be a part of that? This has not always been the way Floridians related to each other. Republicans and Democrats alike always cared for the people, took care of the people, prepared the way for the people, and now we have such extreme right and left divisions that who wants to participate in that? I understand it. However, if everyone doesn't participate, especially the people in the center, how will we ever shift those extreme rights and lefts back to the middle? I would like to believe I'm still there, even though I'm on the left. I understand people and what their needs are. So, yeah, we've got to figure out how to stop fighting such divisive partisanship, and how do we get back to doing business for the people?
Okay, well, now that's a perfect lead into my last.
Oh, I keep
Oh,
giving you
gonna
great
keep-
segues.
I know. I will reiterate, none of our candidates got the questions ahead of time. So they
No,
were
I got nothing.
nothing. So the last question is one of these broad open questions after a few very specific ones. And this one is simply, why should the local business community vote for you?
Well, like I said, I have been a business owner, and I do understand some of the unique risks and rewards of owning a business, and it comes with both. Frankly, having been a government employee so many years, the risks started wearing on me, and the rewards became fewer. However, the rewards are great. Because you have your own autonomy, you build your own brand, you're exclusive in what you're free, you're not governed by anything except state policies on your license. But the risks are mostly financial. You take a hit. So I'm saying all that to say I understand what business owners and local business people have to endure. I understand how to help them. And I understand that's why I think you need to vote for me, because I've been there, I've done that, and I understand your journey.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, now these last few minutes of our time today are all yours. So anything else you'd like to touch on or just wrap us up?
Well, I've already said what I've been saying so long about the partisanship, this divisive partisanship. We've got to find a way to end that. It's too extreme, it's too ugly, and it's tearing our state apart. We've got to find a way to fix that. But I do want my constituents to know this election for me is about you. It is not about partisanship. It is not about me. It is not about any of the ugliness or issues that we see. This is about you. This is about your kitchen table. This is about your children and how to make their lives, give them a better future. And this is about, your family. How can the state help your family have a better quality of life? And so all the issues that we talk about that can get so divisive really is about you, and how do we make a better life, a better path in life for you, your family, your children, and your kitchen table. It's about your health. It's about your insurance. How do we help protect your property? I believe in home ownership as opposed to renting, because it builds wealth for your family. So in my view, we need to build more affordable homes, not only for seniors, but for families that are buying homes for the first time. It's about our neighborhood preservation and our way of life. Yeah, this election is about you, and it's high time you get engaged and you get involved so that all elected officials know what it is you want. Because sometimes we can want more for you than you want. Maybe you just want a simple life, and you can help us describe, you can help us understand and describe for us what that life looks like so that we can help you keep that simple life and help you build on that simple life and stop looking for the pie in the sky. So as long as you understand, for me, this election is about you and how you can help me understand what that means for you. That's what I want to know. And there's no way for me or any other elected official to know that unless you describe it for us. So yeah, vote for me. But in addition, let me know what it is you want. I'm an active Facebooker. I'm an active Twitterer, and I do Instagram. So I want to know, and you can contact me in any of those ways. You can email me. I respond to emails that aren't blanket emails that people are just, if I get an email that has a personal request, I respond to that request. So please, please contact me, contact my office. You will know that we are constituency based. We are here for you, and we need you to be here for us so we know what it is you need. I thank the Gainesville Chamber for doing this because yeah, that is totally from my heart. I did not write that down, and usually I like to have a script because I can start fumbling. But no, that this is all about you, the constituents, all about you, the business people. You need to let us know what you need. I'm telling you, at that insurance meeting, when I was telling them what I needed to do for my constituents, there were constituents following me out of the committee room to say, who are these people? Because they didn't understand. Who are these people saying nay? I need what you're asking for. Who are these people saying nay? I said, they're the other party, and they're saying nay because I'm not their party. And we need to find a way to fix that because I know you need what I'm asking for. I just don't know how to fix it.
All right. All right, Yvonne. Well, I'm going to absolutely emphasize one of your points is that at the Greater Gainesville Chamber, we want everyone engaged. We want everyone voting. So please do visit our website. We'll have all the information that you need to know, the dates, locations, and we will also have these interviews with all of our candidates so you can get to know all of them better. So please do take advantage, greatergainesvillechamber.com. And our election is Tuesday, November 8th. Thank you so much. Thanks for spending the time with us, Yvonne.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you do.